Yeah, so I'd love to jump into the latest with version one because it seems, since 2020, you guys have grown quite a bit. And I've been following along on social and seeing all the great, updates from the quarterly updates with the news and, some of the new investments and portfolio companies. So could you maybe give us an update and I guess also too like an overview for those that might not be familiar?
Sure. So I'll start with kind of an overview. So version one is a pre-seed seed fund. We like to invest actually just like the earliest stages because I don't even know what the definition of pre-seed or seed means anymore. We like to be the first institutional check in. We like to lead, we like to co-lead. So the average check size that we write is somewhere between 1 or 1.5 million if you're raising, 2 to 3 million. But sometimes we do more, sometimes we do less. But kind of on average, that's what we look like. We are a two-person fund, and we've maintained that kind of structure over the years, over the last 10 years. We do now have a CFO though, so that's certainly helpful. But on the investment side, it's just myself and my partner Boris. We both lead our own deals, and but we like to have consensus in the decisions that we make. I think it's super important when you're just a team of two. I think when you get to if you guys have a chance to work with bigger funds that have more partners, then the idea of, oh yes, the best deals are non-consensus deals do make sense because it's just impossible to have 10 people probably agree on doing one thing. At version one, when you just have two partners, I think it's imperative that you have everyone on board. Then you can avoid the I told you so. You don't really want that in a two-person partnership. So in terms of kind of the evolution of our fund, I think we've been pretty consistent. We've kind of grown our fund size slowly over time, but we don't expect it to be bigger than the 75 million that we have today. We're on our fourth fund. And in total, we've invested in about 85 to 90 companies, ranging from a variety of business models, SaaS marketplaces. And then we've also pushed ourselves to invest in the frontier. So, when drones were hot, when VR was hot, and we were really early to crypto, we were early to climate and energy. So while we're a generalist fund, I think we try to go to where we think the puck is going, if I'm going to use a Canadian analogy, versus, investing in themes where that are probably mature and already have a label. So I think, and I think it's going to be interesting to talk about marketplaces, because I think if you can say you're an X for Y, it probably is a little bit late for us in terms of the kind of themes that we like to invest in. So I think that's a little bit about us. We invest globally. I would say we like teams that have a global focus versus a geo focus. So we don't mind if you're a company in Helsinki, as an example, if you're tapping the global market. But I think it would be harder for us to invest in companies in Helsinki that are just focused on Finland, as an example.